Hello, all you emperors out there, all you Uriels, all you septums. Welcome to another edition of the Inspector Ass Inspects Homes show. I'm just kidding, sire. You know this is not really a show. I don't broadcast this to anyone. This is for your eyes only. You, Uriel Septum. Not you, though. Hello, ma'am.
Sarah?
Zaba, is that your name? Nice to meet you, Zaba. How's it going?
Oh, look! An outlander! Are you lost, poor thing? Did the big bad beast bite you? So you need a healer? Or do you need a trader so he can take your gold and give you things? Or give to Agua! You like that?
Okay, ma'am, I don't have to take that from you. Good day. You reaching for something? What the fuck? Alright, sire, you know the drill. This, job you've sent me on, this assignment, as it were, entails me entering the homes of these pitiful, disgusting inhabitants of the continent of Morrowind. And, quite frankly, passing judgment on their homes, their belongings, and sometimes themselves. There is no nice way to go about it. There is only the honest way. And honestly, if I can be honest with you, I'm gonna start right over here. By the way, this is the Zainab camp. You may recall a previous videotape I sent you of the inspection of the Ahamusa camp. Well, this is much the same, as you can see. Plenty of yurts, plenty of dirt. And I hope it gives you plenty of squirts. Alright, let's just begin over here at this fine example of a yurt. It is brown, it is dirty, it's got ropes tying it together. It looks like a flap is rolled up here over the doorway. This, of course, is none other than Tussie's yurt. Gotta love some sweet, sweet Tussie. Yeah, let's go inside the Tussie's yurt and see what we can find in there. Tussie's yurt. Going in. Okay, Tussie is home. Hello, Tussie. You're looking like a dirty elf today, aren't you? Yeah, walk away. All right. Well, first of all, take note of the size of this so-called home. It is quite literally just a tent sitting out here. No nothing. Nothing to it. It's not even a room. I think I've covered this before, but would you call this a room? I mean, the dirt ground is right there. There's rocks on the ground. Is something a room if it's not part of a building? I don't think so. So this is a piece of ground that has simply been covered up by one of these yurts. Tussie, my name is Inspector Ass. I'm here to inspect your ass. No, not your ass, your home. Excuse me. I'm here to inspect your... You call this a house? And, yeah, just go about your business. I don't need any attitude from you or anybody. What I need is plenty of space to do my job, okay? So with that, let's start with the overall impressions of the room. As you come in to the room, I'm going to just call it a room. It's a bad habit. As you come into the room, you're struck by just how small, how dim it is. There are no windows, of course. Windows would require wood, I suppose, or stone, perhaps, and certainly glass. None of those things are present here. We simply have cloth, or perhaps leather, or perhaps chitin, some sort of organic material, stretched out over a crude wooden frame, suspended into the air like some kind of sick joke, poking fun at nature. And then, to top it off, underneath this magnificently pathetic structure, there's a bunch of dirt, a stinky elf, and a bunch of crap. Now, if I stopped there, this would not be a very good inspection, so I'm going to have to just go through all this so-called crap and see what it amounts to. Now, I like to start my inspections, as you will know, having watched every video I've sent you. I like to start to my left, and to my left I see 3 sacks on the floor. The first sack contains bloat, a gross pile of bloat. Don't even know what that is, but it's black and bloaty. Next sack has ash yam, comberry, and 2 small kwama eggs. Some people eat those things. The sack that is laying down, that has sadly fallen onto the dirt, such that it may be in greater contact with said dirt, that sack contains rue brush, heather, and gold cannet flower petals. So this is a plant sack. Okay, now there is a stupid little bench seat here, and I say stupid because it is tucked away underneath this bulging...
I can tell.
Shut up over there, please. This bulging tapestry, and it would just be impossible to sit on this stool. It really ought to be, you know, over here in front of the table, but instead it's over here. Interesting. Whoa, hey, okay. Tussie is all up in my business, and I'm not trying to get all up in that Tussie, so why don't you just keep your distance, ma'am. I'm with the Empire. Don't you realize that, you idiot? Now, Tussie's table touts a torrid treasury of trinkets and trash, beginning, of course, with a basket. We love to see a nice basket, don't we, folks? Don't we, sir? Don't we, sire? Emperor, Septim, Uriel, comma? You're the only one watching this, right? I mean, if anyone else was watching this, that would be a crime, wouldn't it, Tussie? Wouldn't it? Yeah. So you better not watch either. Of course, there is a bottle. Can't have a home without a good bottle, can we? Bottle. Then there is a candle. I'm a big fan of candles. That is an uncharacteristically nice candle, I would say. There's also a cup made of wood on this table made of wood. It looks like they're made of the same wood. The cup, I would not drink from that personally. It's too thick. It's too gross. It looks moldy. No. Then, of course, there's a plate. And on that plate is a weapon. A deadly weapon known as a knife. Were you planning on doing anything with that, Tussie? Didn't think so. Coward. Okay, there is a another stool, of course. Same sort of bizarre placement underneath a tapestry, underneath the side of the yurt. Impossible to sit on it. Now, there is a locked wooden chest under the table. Bet you thought I wouldn't see that, Tussie? Well, I did. Okay? You frankly, you cannot sneak anything past me, ma'am. Now, it is my duty to inform all homeowners who submit to my inspections that I am entitled, obligated, and able to simply just jimmy those locks and pop open any such locked containers that I may find during my inspections. And Tussie, you will now witness the splendor that is my ability to unlock your chest and rummage around in it. Okay? So, I don't care whether you watch me, don't care whether you don't watch me, but here I go. Alright, let me just pop this chest open with my unlock spell I was taught in Inspector College. And there we go. Now inside that wooden chest, wouldn't you know it, folks? Excuse me, wouldn't you know it, Emperor, Sire? We have an array of potions. Now, I would say there's nothing wrong with having potions. And because of that, I will now simply move on to the next thing. There is a dirty, stinky, brown, shid-smeared bedroll on the floor. It appears to have a sort of woven pad underneath it. It looks moderately comfortable. However, I would not sleep there, personally. I am civilized, I am clean, I feel no need to sleep on the dirt when beds are available for a small sum of gold. A pittance, a trivial amount. The amount of gold I'm talking about is the amount that you will spend and you'll forget about because you won't even notice that it's gone. It's so small. Almost like the life of every elf in the Empire. Sire? Now there is a large shell fragment of some sort of a large bug on the floor. The gods only know what this... Excuse me. The gods only know what this is used for. Excuse me. Now, of course, I wouldn't have it any other way. There are 6 more sacks on the floor over here. I'll just go through them quickly. This sack contains rat meat. I love a good piece of rat meat stored in a sack on the dirt, don't you, sire? I'm being sarcastic, of course. We are so superior to these dirt elves, are we not? Rhetorical question. I know the answer. Now, of course, there is Black Anther, Scathe Craw, and Scrib Jelly in this subsequent sack. Moving on, there is another sack containing 10 salt rice, a common ingredient, almost worthless, but admittedly delicious. The next sack contains 10 more salt rice. We can go for a triple here, and the third sack contains 10 more salt rice. That is 30 sticks, 30 grains. Perhaps 30 portions. I'm not sure exactly how much salt rice 10 is, but there is 10 times 3, that's 30 salt rice. Now this sack contains bone meal, cagooti hide, muck, red lichen, and stone flower petals. Okay, moving on. We have 3 urns. Well, the first one is entirely empty. Not sure why that would be. Next urn, 4 scuttle. Still kind of unclear about what scuttle is, but it's grouse. It's grouse. Okay. The next urn contains... Oh, nothing again. Okay, so we have 2 empty urns on either side of one urn containing 4 scuttle. Okay, just to be clear, that is what we have here. Another bug shell lays on the ground. Pointless, I would say. Next, of course, we have to talk about these 2 fine baskets. They do look pretty good. This basket contains a vase. Ha! A vase in a basket. That is novel indeed. Now, this basket contains 1 lonely grain of salt rice. Just 1. All right. Tussie, you are almost done. That wasn't so bad, was it? I just want to say there is a greenish, bluish bug egg suspended from the ceiling by a rope. And over here there is a bluish bug egg glowing suspended from a rope. These are the light sources of the yurt. And there is a fire pit in the middle of the yurt, but it is unlit. There are some fresh looking logs ready to go for the night's warmth. And absolutely no ventilation in here. The ceiling is buttoned up very tight. I think Tussie may expire this evening from asphyxiation on smoke. But that's really none of our business, is it, Emperor Uriel Septim? No, it's not. Goodbye, Tussie. You have passed the inspection. Congratulations. You are doing well.
Outlander.
Okay.
What do you want?
Hello, Sackle Crib, if that is your real name. What's your story, sir?
Oh, look, an outlander! Wah!
Hey, I don't need to take that from you. Come back here. Yeah, walk away. Walk away. I tell you, sire, these elves are as rude as they are ugly. I cannot wait to return to the Imperial City, have a cup of tea with you, perhaps share a large sweet roll, and reminisce about all the things we've learned. But for now, the job must go on. The work is never over until it is. Now, every camp that these Ashlanders erect seems to have what would be called the Wise Woman's Yurt. It seems that it is a cultural practice of these ashy elves, these idiots, really, to elect one of their women to be designated as wise, and then they force that poor woman to live in a yurt all by herself, and they call that yurt the Wise Woman's Yurt. It is sad, really. I feel bad for this woman. I feel so bad. However, they do typically have a nice looking rug out front. You'll notice those rugs are not found in front of these other commoners' yurts. They are found only in the important people district and in front of the Wise Woman's Yurt as well. Now, before I enter this Wise Woman's Yurt, I do have to inspect the containers. I did not fail to notice them. They are right here. We have 3 baskets total and 2 sacks, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go left to right, shall we, like normal people do. First basket contains... oh. Well, it's empty. The next basket contains... oh. Well, that's empty too. No problem. No, perhaps these are extra containers stored outside in case they are needed, but they don't actually store anything while they are outside. Let's see what the sacks have. They look quite full. They look stuffed. So this first sack contains... oh, it's 2 grains of salt rice. Okay. Interesting. Now the next sack contains 1 piece of black lichen. And that is all. A fungus. Fungus. Moving on to the final outdoor basket in front of the wise woman's yurt, we have 5 salt rice. Very good, very good. My previous theory about these not being utilized for storage has been shattered. I'm not ashamed to admit when I'm wrong. Excuse me, sir. Go away. I'm busy here. I said go away. Away! Alright, I'll just now enter the wise woman's yurt. Going in! Okay, I am immediately struck by the height and modest increase in size compared to the previous Tussy yurt. It would appear that there are 4 bedrolls in this wise woman's yurt. I don't know, maybe she sleeps in a different bedroll each night, and maybe these elves think there are only 4 nights in a week, and so she rotates one for each night of the week. I think that's probably what's going on here. The floor in this, quote, home, unquote, is of course made of dirty, dirty dirt. And there are rocks in the middle of the room, and upon those rocks is soot and logs, and they are on fire at the moment. Come to think of it, it is quite smoky in here. So I will try to make this somewhat brief. I don't want to cut any corners, though. I do need to make this a thorough inspection. I take my job very seriously. Let's, once again, as is routine, let's start to my left. A large man-sized urn. I hope there's no men in here, eh? Eh? Anyone? Okay. Urn, number 1, going in. We have scales and a small kwama egg. Okay, that is a vast underestimation of the amount of stuff that might be able to fit in here. Underutilized, neglected, sad. Okay, the next urn contains simply 2 jackalope leaves. Same deal there. It's quite large, could fit a lot more. Sad. There are 3 sacks on the floor containing 5 jackalope leaf, 5 salt rice, and 5 more salt rice. Okay, we are ready for a meal or some sort of herbal concoction. Now the first bedroll is, it's not large enough for me personally. Maybe a small child or a curled up wise woman would fit on it. It looks quite soiled, especially near the pillow. Speaking of pillows, I would normally, lift them up, make sure there's nothing hiding underneath, but this one seems to be fused by filth. It is stuck into the fibers. It cannot be moved. So at least that gives me assurance that there's nothing hiding underneath, because how could there be? There's no way to get under there. Now there is a curious bowl and candle on the floor next to the pillow sections of these 2 bedrolls. I have previously speculated that the natives use these bowls for their piss. These are the pee bowls of the native Ashlanders. My speculation is that while they are asleep, they may wake up with the urge to urinate, and these bowls may serve to capture that urination in the dead of night. Now, of course, when you have a bowl full of piss, you do want to keep it nearby. And so that is why the bowl is situated next to the bedrolls. The candle, on the other hand, I have speculated is used for maintaining the handsome hairdos or hair don'ts of these native people. you'll see that the wise woman here has a...
Wealth beyond measure, Outlander.
If I can just sneak around behind her without her noticing, has a short hairdo, a hair don't, an up don't, if you will. And I believe that she has maintained that short length by ritualistically and habitually burning her hair off in her sleep using this candle. That is my official report to you, sire. Now, breezing along to the next bedroll, of course, it's the same story. Filthy, disgusting, too small. Next. Toward the back of the room? The room, we'll call it a room, is this shitty table with the shitty stool. It looks like a child built it, really. There's no nuance to the construction, no artistry. It's very crude, you could say. It's not even clear how the pieces of wood are affixed together. I don't see any sort of fasteners or evidence of glues being used. Oh well. I won't test it for stability. I don't want to fall and become injured and find myself in the care of this savage woman. The table top has a wooden bowl, a pewter plate, a wooden fork, a wood-handled yet metal knife, a wooden cup, a journeyman's mortar and pestle, a lowercase paper with marshmallow on top of it, another lowercase paper with ash
Where's
salts
that slave?
sitting upon it, and a perfect yet floating pile of 5 gold. Curious. The curious case of the floating gold, as well as a gold and another gold. Very fascinating stuff. I'm going to recommend that we get someone from the Mages Guild in here to try to sniff out any illegal enchantments that may be taking place. But that's neither here nor there. I'm here to catalog the objects. I'm here to judge the aesthetics. Not here to investigate magical crimes, as you know. Now, under the table, for some reason, there is a large bug shell. I don't have the patience to get into it with this Ashlander. I'm not even sure she speaks the language, to be honest with you. I'm just going to move along to the floor basket. Who doesn't love a good floor basket? Okay, this floor basket contains a variety of things. We have elite hide, marshmallow, salt rice, hackalo leaf, dreg wax. We have crab meat, ash salts, resin, and green lichen. Just enough ingredient, just enough ingredients to get you into trouble, but not enough to arouse my suspicion. Crafty, very crafty. Sonumu Zabamat. Yes, I know your name. You are the wise woman of the Zainab tribe, are you not? Yeah, you are. Okay, 2 more bedrolls, nothing to say. 1 more pea bowl. 1 more candle. And moving right along, we have a sack containing cork bulb root, quama cuddle, scales, trammer root, a basket containing 1 goblet, another basket containing racer plumes, rue brush, and scamp skin. Finally, an urn containing crab meat. Love a good crab meat in an urn. Love it. Okay, now you may have noticed, Emperor, that there has been an annoying jingling, jangling sound. That's coming from these chimes suspended from the ceiling. Annoying. Very annoying. Who would do this? Who would tolerate that noise at all times of the day? I can't imagine. I don't want to hear about it or think about it any longer. Good day, madam. May your wisdom be everlasting, and may your dirt be as clean as possible. Goodbye.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
Okay, moving along. We now have this weird, well, it looks like it's a dead silt strider carcass of sorts. Hello. Obviously we have a rack here for tanning some leather. Very good. A little, cute little stall has been set up here with a shade. And of course there's a table on a nice rug on the dirt. Bug shells, very popular with these people. You can see a couple of them here. A stool. No, I don't know who's sitting here necessarily. Perhaps it's a sort of a shop or a soup kitchen. Maybe this is a soup bowl bug shell. Yeah, that's probably it. Okay, we've got a basket here containing nothing. Excellent. Another basket with 5 scuttle. And a wooden barrel with 5 salt rice. How quaint. Okay, let's go around the edge here. Yep, definitely a dead silt strider. Good reuse of resources there. Now, what is this yurt back here? Have I been here? What is this? Who? Aha! A secret yurt, sire, discovered by none other than Inspector Ass, your most faithful home inspector. I've found a hidden home. I bet you thought I would miss this one. No, sir. Okay, now let's take a look in Kuda's hut. Excuse me. Let's take a look in Kuda's yurt. Okay, I nearly hit my head on this stick as I walked in the door. That was jarring. I don't know why that happened. Nevertheless, that stick appears to be part of a 3-stick construction. Add a rope around the top, and what do you get? You get a little fire pit cooking stand. Curiously, though, there is a metal construct apparently serving the same purpose that this wooden one would, which is to hold up this bucket here, presumably for cooking soups, perhaps. This may be the home of the proprietor of the soup kitchen. There's a nice wooden spoon here in the bone dry bucket, or BDB as I call it. And clearly no soup is being cooked at the moment. However, you never know. You never know. Okay, I will now begin. Oh, what is this? Sire, I think we may have a civilized savage, because apparently this person has a poop bucket ready to go. It's always good to see the poop bucket located right next to the exit, because that makes disposing of your poop that much more efficient. You simply fling it out the front flap here, and then it's somebody else's problem, you know? Maybe the guar will eat it, maybe your neighbor will pick it up for you. It really doesn't matter as long as it's out of your own home. Moving along, we have a triple sack stack. A triple sack stack containing 10 salt rice, 10 more salt rice, and of course 10 more salt rice. That's a 30 salt rice triple sack stack. Very good. Love to see that. Okay. Now we have a big and small urn. We have a big urn and small urn. In the big urn, we have nothing. And then the small urn, we have scamp skin. Then we have a stupid stool next to a terrible table. And on that terrible table, we have a wooden bowl, a plate with a knife and a spoon. No forks here. No forks needed. No forks anywhere. A wooden goblet-style cup. Gross, moldy, dirty, ew. Nice candle, not bad. Then we have a pile of 5 gold and a pile of 1 gold. That's 2 piles of gold, totaling 6 gold. A large redware bowl collection is here, and a ceramic bowl as well. Another stinky shell is under the table. Typical, very sad to see. There is a basket on a bench, ladies and gentlemen. And by ladies and gentlemen, I mean Emperor Uriel Septim. A basket on a bench. Baskets, typically in the land of Morrowind, typically do not have anything inside of them, and this is no exception. Just some nice wicker work. Basket on a bench. Okay, we have a blue beetle shell leaned up against the wall? Could you call it a wall? I don't know. The side, we'll say. The side of this room? Could you call it a room? I don't know. Now on the floor, you'll see another example of the pea bowl and hair candle, as I pointed out earlier. It's gonna probably be a recurring theme in this little camp, this little village, if you'll call it that. Under this large, crude tapestry, there is a disgusting, greasy bedroll. I certainly shall not be sleeping here tonight. No way! Then there's a cloth sack, bulging with 3 small kwama eggs. Another sack on the floor has scathe craw and slowed soap. Good to see. Some slowed soap. Small kwama eggs, scamp skin, and green lichen are contained within the next sack. And another triple sack stack. I'm excited to see what's in this one. We've got 5 hackalow leaf, 5 salt rice. What is the third sack? What is in the third? It is 5 more hackalow leaf. So we have a hackalow leaf salt rice sandwich, triple sack stack. Excellent. This is going well. Okay, we have a basket containing a plate. That plate should probably be on the table, but instead it is sitting at the bottom of a basket. The next basket, of course, contains a bowl. Plate and a bowl, basket for 2. Not for me, not for you, only for the owner of this yurt. And I hope that my inspection will not hurt, because all I'm doing is my job. I came here to see, but I ended up sobbing from this sad sight. And so soon I will take flight from this yurt. I do not wish to stay. I have too many yurts to inspect today. A poem by Inspector Ass. Let's take a quick look in these remaining 3 sacks. We first have crab meat and cork bulb root. And of course we have comberry, cork bulb root, and gold cannet. Then of course we have muck and resin. Truly a random assortment of ingredients, reagents, you might even call them. Yes, I do have a very good vocabulary. And finally, the roof appears to be, is it really a roof? The top, we'll say. The top appears to be in good working order, and there is a glowing blue bug egg for a light source in here. The hair candle and table candle also are providing some light, so the bug egg is mostly redundant. But you may find it aesthetically pleasing, as I do. Do I? I will be giving that some more thought as I inspect the remaining yurts. Let's exit now to the exterior of the Zainab camp. Fresh air. Daylight. Okay, let's circle back around the ass of the Silt Strider carcass. Let's see, we already went in there. That is the Wise Woman's yurt. We went in there. That was Tussie's yurt. We've seen that other one, whatever that one was. So we'll continue now this way into... Oh boy, this name is a mouthful. Before I try to pronounce that, I'm going to look in this basket. 5 salt rice. Okay, now that that's out of the way, this is the door. Is it a door? This is the entrance to Abibael Timsar Daddy Son's yurt. Once again, sire, that was Abibael Timsar Daddy Son's yurt. Okay, let's get in there and get this going. Alright, that appears to be the homeowner, if I had to guess. Hello?
Let's do some business, shall we?
Alright, so my business here is to do home inspections. I'm inspecting your home now, as you can see. My name is Inspector Ass. I have been hired by the Emperor personally to conduct inspections of the homes of all denizens of Morrowind. And whether you like it or not, that includes you, sir. Mr. Abibael Timsar Daddy's son. Don't touch me. Don't even look at me. Don't even take that mask off. I don't want to know anything about you or what you look like or what you're up to in here. Just mind your own and I shall do the same in return. Yeah. Okay. What is there to say about the overall room? It's mostly the same as the previous ones. We've got tapestries on the walls. We've got organic material construction with ropes. Fire pit in the center. This one is sans logs. And his bug egg, he has chosen a nice pale yellow. A nice Schwefelgelb bug egg lantern. Alright, let's begin standard procedure. Sack inspection number 1. Ugh! Okay, we have a Scathe Craw, Guar Hide, Gold Cannet, and Black Lichen sack. Now we have a double sack stack containing Kaguti Hide, Quama Cuddle, and Sol Trice, as well as Bone Meal and Quama Cuddle times 2. Now we have a Basket Brotherhood here. 2 baskets, twin baskets. First containing 1 small Quama egg, and the next containing a cup. Okay, finally, this is what we've been all waiting for. A triple sack stack containing from top to bottom 5 Hackalow Leaf, 5 Scuttle, and 5 Salt Rice. We have a triple variety sack stack supreme. Now, Mr. Abibael Timsar Daddy's son is a man of utility and excretion, for you see, he keeps his poop bucket next to 2, count them, 2 pee bowls. He can poop and pee in this yurt. Very good. As well as there are 2 bug shells, 1 green and 1 brown. one leaned, and one down. Moving on, there is a bench seat scooted up against his little table. We have a plate and a knife and a bowl and a cup, a bottle and a bottle, a cup, a plate, and a knife. Then we also have a handsome candle and a stack of 5 gold and a gold and a gold. That's 7 total gold. He's a rich, rich man. Okay, I will just move around here now. We have a bedroll on the floor. And of course, despite the fact that he has 2 perfectly good pee bowls over there next to his poop bucket, we also have a pee bowl next to the bed. As I said, this is a normal thing for these people. And his hair candle burns away just in case he needs a little hair trim. Even though I don't see any hair sticking out of his helmet there, so he's probably pretty trimmed up at the moment. Now, everyone watching this video will know, and by everyone I mean Emperor Uriel Septim, will know that I am authorized to open any locked containers that I find during my home inspections. I have the means to do so. It is an unlock spell that was taught to me in Inspector College. Now, I just like to say that so that anyone who might be listening will understand what's about to transpire. I'm going to pop that lock open, and I'm going to see what you're hiding, sir. So it better not be anything illegal, because, you know, I report directly to the Emperor, and whether you like it or not, you are in his domain. So you will obey him. You will obey his decrees, his rules, his doctrines, and laws. And if he decides to send somebody out here to arrest you for any crime that you may have committed knowingly or unknowingly, well, that's just tough tooties for you, sir. Anyway, I'm going to pop that open. Let me just cast my spell here, and there we go. Unlocked. Okay, we have quite an assortment here. I think this looks a bit like an inventory of a merchant of sorts. So, Mr. Ababael Timsur Abiwabi Jagji Bambudubo clearly is a merchant who has lots of wares for sale. Excellent. I love to see it. Love commerce. I'm an Imperial after all. Keep up the good work. You may just redeem your entire race by your deeds, sir. Okay, moving along to the urn. Thankfully unlocked. Ready to be inspected. Boy, I can't wait to see what's in that urn. I'm gonna just give myself a little drum roll. Okay, it's just 4 Akalo leaf inside. Very anticlimactic. Okay, double sack stack with a variety of other sacks. Let's just go ahead and go through them one by one, shall we? Number 1 sack has cork bulb root, gold cannet, rat meat, and small kwama egg. And next we have an elite hide, stoneflower petals. Then we have elite hide, chokeweed, and drag wax. Valuable drag wax. Valuable stuff. And then the final sack has black anther, chokeweed, and grave dust. Okay, well, I think that about rounds out the inspection of Abibael Timsur Janjawanja's yurt. Let's just get the heck out of here. Thank you, sir, for your... What are you doing? Did you have ants in your pants? What was that? Okay, thanks for your participation in this inspection. Just sign here. Okay, moving on. Hello, ma'am.
Outlander.
Zabba. Zabba wabba jamba juba jabba. Okay, we're moving on. Okay, was that the last? Wait, hold on a second. No, we have Kumu's yurt still, folks. We need to Go into Kumu's yurt. Let's go into Kumu's yurt. Okay. Kumu's yurt is a bit sparse. No fire pit in here. Dimly lit. We have 3 pink bug egg lanterns. Let's start with the containers. Sack by the door contains stoneflower petals, elite hide, cork bulb root, green lichen, netch leather, and scrib jelly. Then we have a double urn surprise. First urn, very surprisingly, contains nothing. This small urn contains comberry, trammer root, and wick wheat. Okay, now this is a sight to behold. 5 total sacks in the configuration of triple sack and double sack stacks. The first sack of the 5 contains 5 scuttle. Next we have 5 hackalow leaf, and finally 5 hackalow leaf, but that's not all, folks, for we have another double sack stack to inspect. And that has rue brush and bloat, green lichen, rat meat, scathe craw times 2, and slowed soap, which is just so nice. It's nice to stay clean, and soap helps you do that. Slowed soap is a fine choice if you're going to have soap. There's a large bug egg, a bug shell leaned up against the wall. No one knows what these are for, not even the inhabitants of this very yurt. There's a shitty stool and terrible table with a plate and a bottle and a cup, 6 gold, a candle, and a jug. There are 2 pointy chitin spears leaned up against the side of the home. And there is a basket on the floor with nothing in it. Just a filthy fucking basket. Speaking of filthy fucking, there is a cum-stained bedroll here. Gross. Don't want any part of that. Double sack explosion here has 10 salt rice and 10 more salt rice. That's 20 total salt rice. Then we have a basket with a goblet and another basket with an ash yam. It's good to have yams if you're into that sort of thing. Okay, a leaning and laying sack train here contains stoneflower petals and gold cannet and marshmallow. Excuse me, marshmallow. Okay. Very good. That is Kumu's yurt, everyone. Uriel. All of you, one guy. Emperor, sire. A dirty yurt. And it doesn't hurt to inspect whatever you might collect in your dirt yurt. Okay, I'm out of here. Now I'll navigate around Zaba.
Outlander.
Now we're heading toward the high class here. The society, the upper echelons of dirt elf culture reside in these 5 remaining yurts. Hard to believe there are so many more. But that's the way it goes. An inspector's job is rarely ever done. Just gonna continue in the same direction we've been going. First I'll take a note of how this little section of the town is constructed. It's almost like a giant yurt with 5 yurts inside of it. Truly a remarkable arrangement, truly an inspiring, an aspirational configuration. Who wouldn't want to live here with the dirt and the rugs on the dirt and the fire pit and the bug shells and the baskets and the urns and the sacks? Don't forget the 4 wind chimes just chiming along, chiming away without a care in the world. The orange bug egg lanterns aglow, the netting serving no purpose whatsoever. Love it here, Emperor, Sire. Okay, let's go into Ashy Balls yurt. Maybe there will be ashy balls inside. Let's see. Okay, there is the man himself.
That slave.
Ashy Ball.
Do I know you?
You don't know me yet, but you will, because I'm going to spend quite a bit of time in your yurt inspecting your crap, sir. So keep your attitude to yourself, keep that shield where it belongs, and do something about those ashy balls, okay? Alright. Alright. The door is here, and the sack is there. That sack contains nothing. Perfect. Love it. Moving on. If I can avoid tripping over this bug shell. And look in these urns. We've got an urn with nothing, and an urn with dragwax and resin. Triple and double sack stack supremes. We have 5 hackalow leaf, 5 scuttle, 5 more scuttle. And then we have black lichen and dragwax. We have black anther, bone meal, crush fiber, and willow anther. There's a bug shell leaned up against the wall here. Got a shid stool and a terrible table, as is customary in these homes. A plate and a knife. No forks or spoons. This guy just needs a knife to cut up his food. The rest he does with his hands, no doubt. We've got a bottle with a koozie on it, and a cup and 2 gold. Not that much, but gold. We've got a decorative pea bowl on top of the table. Currently not full of pea, but give him time, folks. Give him time. Okay, his fire pit lies dormant, but those logs are fresh and ready to go. His little sweat-stained bedroll is here. A lot of hot nights in this yurt with his fire pit. And we have 2 sacks. 10 salt rice and 10 more salt rice. That's 20 total salt rice. He's fed for the week, I believe. This basket has a bowl, and this basket has a rat meat. It's a rat meat basket. Keep my rat meat right here in my basket next to my basket with my bowl. That's what I would say if I lived here. But I don't, thankfully. Then we have a sack with bone meal, kwama, cuddle, and rue brush. Then, of course, we have another sack with ash yam and scuttle. Okay, mercifully, it is over. We've got a red and blue bug lantern egg glow situation. Ashy Balls likes his colors. Gotta keep it colorful. Okay, I'm out of here. Thank you, Ashy Balls. We'll go into these urns for a second here. We've got hackalow leaf and salt rice, 2 of each. This urn has hackalow leaf, and there is a bug shell leaning up against it. Now, I forgot to mention this blue rug sitting in the dirt right outside of Ashy Balls' yurt. It's just getting dirty every time someone enters or exits his little home. This fire pit is burning away, but it seems a waste of logs because nothing is cooking. It is daytime. No one is here to enjoy the warmth. It's just burning up. Just not very smart people. Not very good at conserving their resources. I suppose that's why they live in the dirt, huh? You know, if they were intelligent like normal people, they might create a more permanent settlement, which would allow them to get more use out of their limited resources. But instead, they seem to be somewhat nomadic as a people. I guess these homes are so flimsy so they can tear them down and walk away. But that's neither here nor there. I'm simply here to look inside the so-called buildings. Okay, the next yurt is Minasaur's yurt. Let's go inside Minasaur's yurt. Alright, here we are inside Minasaur's yurt. Is this Minasaur? Hello?
Yes, Outlander.
Well, I'm just gonna let you know, I'm gonna poke around a little bit. And if you fuck with me, I will give you one of these. One of these. Okay. I don't think you want to mess with me, so just, alright. Alright. Yeah, so just don't mess with me. Alright. Alright, let's just start with the sacks as normal. Cork bulb root, crab meat, and green lichen. Black anther, green lichen, red lichen, trauma root. I'm liking these sacks. Alright, and hackalow leaf to round it out. There's a barrel. This might be the first barrel I've seen in this little town. Like I said, these are the high-class homes. These are the rich homes. They can afford such things as barrels. Okay, inside the barrel we have, ooh, an assortment of civilization. A vase, a basket, a cup, a goblet. Wealth in the form of 3 gold coins and a pitcher. Indeed, this is not the assortment of garbage we normally see, but this is useful items. Probably came from an imperial settlement, if I had to guess. These are useful things. Okay, next we have a basket containing salt rice. Another basket containing a bottle. Then we have a double stack containing bloat, rue brush, scales, and a small kwama egg, as well as hackalow leaf, guar hide, and ash yam. 3 urns. Let's hope they're not empty. We've got, oh, strike 1. We have an empty urn. Next urn we have 4 hackalow leaf. And the next urn, thankfully, has black lichen and muck. It's just not a home unless you have some muck inside. Gotta have my muck. You know how it is. Gotta just get some muck and put it in an urn. Get some muck and put it in an urn, folks. Alright. We have another sack containing elite hide, calm berry, rue brush, scathe craw, and slowed soap. Keeping it real around here. Okay, now the other side of the house has a triple stack containing 10 fucking salt rice, 10 goddamn salt rice, and motherfucking 10 salt rice. Shit. That's 30 salt rice, folks. Now we have a beautiful threesome of thick candles of varying heights. Just burning the night away, just exciting me, astounding me with their beauty and their solidity, their waxy forms towering over this shitty barrel. But that's neither here nor there. Okay, the barrel contains another assortment of civilized creation. We have a bottle, a bowl, a cup, 2 gold, a vase, and a plate. Now that's my kind of clutter. Let me tell you, sire. Okay, there is a dirty bedroll. Almost not even worth mentioning. It's on the floor. I'm just gonna step on it now. No big deal. A shitty stool and a terrible table. The table, of course, has a basket. A large wooden spoon. That's kind of funny. And a large redware pea bowl. A cup. A plate and a knife. And a redware bowl. And don't forget 2 gold coins. Now, don't think I forgot. On the other side, there is a shitty stool to round out the table. Don't think I didn't notice the dirty poop bucket hiding under the table. Okay, correction, the very clean poop bucket hiding under the table. Maybe it's brand new, it hasn't been broken in yet. Minosaur, I wish you luck breaking in your illustrious poop bucket. May your turds be many and your fards be stingy. Goodbye, sir. Okay. I can hardly believe it, but there are only 3 yurts remaining. Might as well just get to it, but first I gotta look in these baskets, sacks, etc. Nothing in the basket, and the cloth sack has 10 salt rice. We got 5 salt rice in the other, and 5 scuttle in the other. Now, stepping onto another dirty blue rug, outdoor dirt rug. I tiptoe across it, and now I see the entrance to the Ashcan's yurt. The Ashcan is sort of like the king of these dirt towns. So let's go see what's going on in the king of the dirt towns yurt. Okay, there he is with his stupid Dragon Ball hair and his little, his cute little crown. He really feels like he's an important man, doesn't he? Okay.
There is someone watching me.
Yeah.
I can tell.
You know who's watching you? The Empire. I'm here as an agent of the Empire. Home Inspector, Inspector Ass. That's my title. I'm authorized to inspect all homes in the land, and that includes you. I don't care how much of a king you feel like. You are dirt compared to Emperor Uriel Septim. You are shid on my shoe, sir. Quiet down. Let me do my job. Okay, let's just get into your sacks here. This sack has racer plumes. Then we have a basket with a plate inside. No comment. An urn has nothing. Don't think I didn't notice the bug carcass on the wall. Just hanging up bugs, no big deal. Then we have a double sack stack with resin. Hackalow leaf, quama, cuddle, scamp, skin, and wheat. Fair enough. We got a dirty bedroll and another bug stuck on the wall. A shitty stool and a terrible table. With a yellow plate, a goblet, a bottle. 5 gold, 1 gold, a goblet. A triple thick candle, supreme deluxe. Then we have a basket on a stool on the dirt, on the ground. Another bedroll here. Apparently he's got options where he wants to sleep. Now I notice he doesn't have any pea bowls or hair candles next to his bedroll. That might explain why his plate is stained yellow. Maybe it's a pea plate. A little bit of a pea plate situation. And his hair has grown to an impressive length. Mostly, I would guess, on account of there being no hair candle to trim his hair. Another beetle on the wall. Then we've got a triple sack lean, a casual sack attack here First sack has dreg wax, grave dust, and scathe craw. Then we've got another sack with netch leather and racer plumes. Finally, another sack has green lichen, scathe craw, small quama egg, and trama root. An urn contains nothing, and another urn has 4 scuttle. 4. And another bug carcass on the wall. Okay, another sack stack has 10 salt rice, 10 salt rice, and 10 more salt rice. That's 30 salt rice. Now, can't leave here without mentioning what I see in the center of the room. There is a situation here where there are 3 cushions on the ground. Now, Emperor Sire Uriel, my friend, you might ask yourself, what are 3 cushions doing on the ground? Well, I regret to inform you that these people, these so-called humanoids, these elves, think it is okay to sit on the ground, and that should not surprise you considering that they sleep on the ground. But basically what I'm telling you is that these cushions on the ground are for sitting. And there are 3 of them, which indicates that 3 of these dirt elves will sit in a sort of a circular or triangular fashion. Now, what do you find in the center of the room? A candle to burn, a candle to illuminate the faces of these 3 sitters. And you also find a bowl and a goblet for each sitting elf. You may be tempted to conclude that they are eating something in a circle around the candle. But I ask you, do you see any food residue? Do you see any evidence that there has been food in the center of the room? I do not. All I know about these people is that they pee in bowls, sire. So if you will just take note that there are 3 bowls for 3 elves sitting on 3 cushions around the candle, I think all you can really conclude is that they are peeing in these bowls together. And the cups. Oh, the cups. Well, the cups typically will have a drink in them. That's what cups are for. You see, elves and men are not so different. We all drink out of cups. These cups surely will be filled with spirit, or perhaps simply just water. And then as the men find themselves, as the elves, I should say, find themselves needing to pee, they will simply pee into these bowls and be done with it. And that is what is occurring. That is what is occurring in the Ashcan's yurt as they sit under the large, annoying chimes. Okay. That was quite a labor to explain that, but you're not going to get those explanations from elves. That's why I'm here. Moving on, this urn contains nothing, and this one has 3 salt rice. Okay, it's time to go into Asher Dan's yurt. Asher Dan. Here we go. There's Asher Dan.
Let's do some business, shall we?
All right, so the only business I'm going to do in here, Sir Mr. Dan, Mr. Asher Dan, is to inspect. So stay out of my way. And I like your little goatee. It's kind of cute. You look like a nice guy, Asher Dan. Okay. Starting at the sack, we have muck and scathe craw. Next sack has muck and netch leather. Then we have cork bulb root, marshmallow, salt rice, and small quama egg. Good sack assortment. 2 baskets, salt rice, and lowercase paper. The cloth sack has 3 salt rice, Another has red lichen, salt rice, scuttle, and stoneflower petals. Then we have an urn with 2 salt rice. Then we have a barrel with 6 tankards. This is a big drinker. Asher Dan loves to drink. Aha, I see a big jug over there. Surely that contains a beverage of some sort. On top of this barrel, though, there are 2 gold coins. Must have been misplaced. He's got a little bug carcass. Who doesn't, really? Everybody's got one. He's got a dirty bedroll. I guess they haven't invented a way to clean things yet, so they live in the dirt and they sleep in the dirt and their bedroll gets dirty. What are you gonna do? His fire pit is smoldering. The embers are still hot, but he's out of logs, so no fires will be lighting up. Got an iron ladle in a bucket over this cooking spit on the fire pit, which means he's ready to make some soup whenever he finds some logs and some ingredients. His terrible table has a plate and a knife and a cup and a candle and a jug and a cup and a plate and a knife and a shitty stool. There's a bug carcass underneath the table. I'm thinking about it, and I think that might be where you will spit your food if you're eating your terrible food and you don't like it. You just spit it out onto the bug carcass. That's probably right. Okay, we got a sack containing 5 Hagalo leaf, another sack containing 5 Hagalo leaf, another sack containing 5 scuttle, and another sack containing 5 scuttle. Then of course we have an urn. And of course we have an urn. Now look at this. Asher Dan has a clean poop bucket. He's ready to go. At a moment's notice, he could drop his little pants off, expose his rear end, and shit into his poop bucket. It's just comforting to know that he's ready at a moment's notice. Okay, a sack is here, and it contains chokeweed, crab meat, and gold cannet. Another sack contains 2 black anther, resin, and trammer root. Asher Dan, thank you for tolerating this intrusion. Get back to your business, whatever the fuck that is. I'm out of here, buddy. Okay, bye. Okay, we're getting down to our last yurt here. But first we have a barrel. This barrel contains a spoon, a bottle, a cup, a gold, 2 petty soul gems, and a plate. Perfect. 2 sacks lean against our final yurt. 5 salt rice and 5 scuttle. Another blue dirt rug is here. Okay. This last entrance leads into the yurt belonging to Patababi. Let's go into Patababi's yurt, shall we? Hello there, Patababi.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
Well, you're very polite, thank you. Listening is not super necessary. All I really have to say to you is that I'm Inspector Ass. I'm here to inspect your yurt. That is Patababi's yurt, I believe. You are Patababi, are you not? You are. Okay, well, it is my honor to conduct this inspection for you today, sir. First of all, starting strong, we have Patababi's poop bucket. Patababi's bucket of boop. And that is all I have to say about that. Let's go in the sacks now. 5. Make more like 10 salt rice. The next sack contains 10 more salt rice, and the final sack contains 10 more salt rice. And here I was going to say 5 salt rice, but in fact it's 30 salt rice.
There is someone watching me. I can tell.
We have a large man-sized urn. I hope I do not find a man inside. Good, there's nothing in it. Perfect. Then we have a smaller urn, still quite large, with willow anther. Good thing it's not willow manther. Alright, we've got a fire pit in the middle of the room with a large wooden spoon. Empty bucket, though, sits over the smoldering embers of fires past. A dirty, dirty bedroll sits on the dirt. Go figure. Okay, a shed stool and a terrible table situation here. We've got a bowl and a plate and a spoon, a cup, a candle. Looks like a, I don't know, fucking, what is this, like 8, 9, 10, 20 gold, something like that? I don't know. I'm not very good at math. Then we have a bug shell sitting on the table. And then we have a basket on a shed stool. Again, baskets are typically empty. Sadly empty. Now we have a large spit shell for spitting in on the dirt there next to 3. Count 'em. 3 piss bowls. This guy takes a lot of peas. What can I say? You know, as different as men and elves are, and boy are we different, we all pee, don't we? We don't all pee in bowls, though. That's just the elves that do that. Yep. Alright, we got sacks, folks. We got stoneflower petals, chokeweed, green lichen, heather, cagooti hide, and racer plumes, ash yam, large kwama egg, and red lichen, 5 scuttle, 5 salt rice, 5 hackalow leaf. Good. I like to see even numbers, and by even I mean the same amount of each ingredient. You know, that way you can combine them in equal amounts and make whatever you're making 5 times. You know what I mean? Okay, we got a basket with a petty soul gem and a basket with a loaf of fucking bread inside. We got bread. Hey, everybody. Hey! Hey! This guy's got bread! Hey! Bread over here! Okay, maybe I'm getting too worked up about the bread. There's bread in a basket. It's like a bread basket, I guess. Alright, then we got a sack with rat meat. Delicious, delicious rat meat in a dirt sack. Then a sack with bone meal and more rat meat. Okay, I'd love some rat meat covered in bone meal in a dirt sack. That would just make my day. And finally a sack with gold. Can it? Whew, okay, I can't believe it, sir. Patababi. Do you realize that this was the final yurt of the day? I'm done. I can finally leave this shitty town. Goodbye. Alright, well, not nearly as nice as the civilized elves that I inspected last time, but this is my job, and I have to do it to them. So, yeah, I mean, I guess I'll just start walking. I can't wait to get out of here. Emperor, thank you again for the job. I am enjoying myself, as sarcastic and annoyed as I might get sometimes. It is an honor to do this work. What is this? Sethan Ancestral Tomb. What is going on in here? Hello? Hello? There appears to be a spooky ghost sticking out of this central pillar. That's kind of weird. Oh well. None of my business, I suppose. Goodbye, ghost.